Blog Talk Radio.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Lisa A. Snyder. I lost both parents to cancer at 22 and 27. I'm here to talk about stuff that's hard, talk about ways that we can all move forward in our lives and get back to a happier place. My intention is to always connect to those who have lost their mothers, their fathers, or both parents at any age through art, writing, focusing on the positive, and some tools, techniques I've learned along the way, I've created, and I want to share with you. My topic today is talking about becoming present and parenting yourself. Before I dive into that, I want to talk a little bit more about me, and so you know where I'm coming from. I have my blog, losingyourparents.org, and I've been writing on that since 2011. I lost my dad in 2004 to Hodgkin's disease lymphoma, and my mom to leukemia, AML leukemia, when I was 27. And when I lost my dad the day before my 23rd birthday, and I was present for both of their transitions. I was sleeping in the next bed, in the hospital bed, next to my dad when he passed away. And when my mom passed away, I watched her take her last breath. Both of them were young. My dad was 54, my mom was 62, and I have learned to maneuver through this life as an adult orphan and trying to find my way, as I'm sure all of you are trying to find your way. I want to talk a little bit about intuition and how this plays a giant role in how you walk through life without your parents. When you no longer have your parents, you have to be your own guide. You have to be your own best friend. That means tuning in to the conversations of your mind, your body, and trying to comb through all of those things and your emotions. And I think one of the hardest things to deal with as a human being, in my opinion, is emotions. It's so everywhere, and they are not easy to work with, and it's confusing. It's like, why are we human? Why do we have emotions? What role do they play? And they play a role of, like, guiding information. And so I have a lot of things to share over the period of however long I end up doing this podcast, hopefully a long time. I have learned a ton of things about moving forward and working through your own grief. I do not believe in the 5 stages of grief at all. I believe they exist. I respect that there are emotions there, but I don't believe that you just go through, I'm grieving now, and now I'm sad, and now I'm angry, and now I'm, all the things that they say, you go through these stages. Yes, they exist, but I don't believe that they are who they say they are. And I believe throughout our entire lives, we're going to be working through grief that we can expect, and most importantly, the unexpected. So grief you can expect, meaning Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, Hanukkah, holidays, rituals with your family, when you have a child, when any important life moments, really, that you know are coming. And then there's the unexpected ones, like walking through the woods and smelling the smell of your mom's perfume, like randomly, or even just a crowd of people and you smell your dad's cologne and you're suddenly taken away to being like 10 years old. And, it's these things that we have to recognize and get present with. And so what is being present? That's a great question. It means acknowledging, taking a moment and taking a breath and acknowledging what's going on inside you, regardless of if it makes any sense whatsoever. So if you're feeling sad, lonely, just taking a step back and looking at that and putting that into the light so you can see it. It's really scary, you know, like I don't feel like it's easy work to do, and I'm here doing my own work all the time. You know, I'm definitely not a psychologist. I'm just a woman who has had some life experiences, and I have really learned to like take care of myself and parent myself as best I can, and I'm always learning, and there's some things I forget, and so taking a moment to breathe and look inside yourself and see what it is that's going on. So just asking yourself, what am I feeling right now? You know, am I feeling sad? Am I feeling angry? Try to, like, put some kind of words. And if you can't, like, and I often actually don't know how I'm feeling. I'm just like, I feel uncomfortable. Like, there's an overall sense of discomfort. And I can't always put words on what exactly it is that I'm feeling. Sometimes even just going for a walk alone outside, if it's beautiful out, even if it's not beautiful out, but getting out in the sunshine if you can, and just walking and taking a breather and just getting in tune with what you're feeling is a very easy and accessible way of checking in with yourself. There's a lot of people out there that use art as a self-expression, like, and they don't know how they're feeling, but they're just going to, like, draw, you know, without judgment. And that's also awesome to do, is just to sit quietly and just write or draw, write whatever comes out, you know, because I think that energy is, emotions are energy in motion. So it's just stuff getting stuck, and you have to bring it to the surface. And some people can talk about it, and some people can't talk about it. And all of that's okay. I go through phases where I'm really comfortable talking about feelings. I go through phases where I'm not at all. And it's the ones that I'm not at all where I get really stuck, and I have to find a way to, you know, figure it out, to work it out. I use the Sedona method, which I'll talk about in other podcasts, and I also talk about on my blog. To move your emotions, I use art. I use talking to friends. I use my iPhone and to just audio record and do like sort of an audio diary, just kind of like get all that stuff out. Sometimes I write. It's been a while, honestly, since I've written, but, you know, one of the questions I get a lot from people from all over the world is, like, how do I live without my parents? And I want to say to you that you're living right now. You are listening to this. You are walking. You're going to sleep. You are eating. And so you are living. And you're going to, you know, one of the most challenging things, in my opinion, is leaving when people decide or not decide, God decides, whoever decides, the universe decides, the world decides that it is time for this particular person to, like, transition and to not be in the physical world anymore. And when we love them, it is, and we're grieving for them, it is a token to how much we have loved them and how hard we have loved them. And you can't have both love and not expect to have grief if they're not there anymore. I will talk a lot about staying connected to your parents. How can you do that? Talk a lot about, you know, how to maneuver through specific events, you know, Mother's Day, Father's Day. I mention holidays a lot because it's actually, like, when I get the most traffic on my blog is when people are looking for some support around Mother's Day or Father's Day, and some tools and techniques about what to do with these days, what to do before them, after them, creative projects you can do. I have a ton of things. One of the things I will be talking about along the way is this vacuum effect that happens once they're gone. It's suddenly like, whoa, what do I do? I don't have a mom. I don't have a dad right now. I did. Isn't that weird that they were here and now they're not? And I have to just continue working through this world and seeing other people, like being able to experience their parents and how that makes me feel and how I can, you know, be happy for them and still be happy for myself. Like, I don't know why they died so young and why I'm here. One of the reasons why I feel like I'm here talking about this is so I can help other people walk through this journey. We can all kind of go through it together. But so I'll talk about the vacuum and the hole that is so present, and how you can work to positively and healthfully fill that hole. Like, you'll never have your parents in the same way ever again, but you can still experience them, you can still stay connected to them, and you can be happy and live a happy life. I actually, I'm going to be 33 on October 15th, and I've learned a lot over the course of the years. And, you know, one of the things that you have to consider when you're starting to do this work is, am I willing to, do I even want to heal? Do I even want to feel better? And so if the answer is yes, then, you know, let's stay connected, because that's where I'm at. Like, I always want to feel better, even if I don't feel good. My goal is always to feel better. My goal is always to feel more connected with other people, more connected with myself. The only way to really do that is to, like, look inside. And, you know, I'm coming to the table as a woman. I'm coming to the table as someone who's lost their parents in their 20s. I'm coming to the table as a woman who is identifies as like a queer woman, and that really means like anything other than totally straight. I'm my fiance. Her name is Catherine, and she and I have been together for 4.5 years. And so when you're thinking about your life and the things that I tell you, you know, I'm here to just share information. You can take it or leave it. And the things I tell you, you have to sort of apply to your life and see how they fit. I think that there's a lot here that I can provide. And parenting yourself is the first step to and being present. Those two things, knowing that you have to parent yourself from now on, and what does that mean? What does that look like? Sometimes it's telling yourself, no, it's okay. You don't have to go to that party and be around people. You can stay home and be in bed if you want to. Maybe it's, hey, you need to take a shower. You know, what do you need? Asking yourself what you need. And I don't think we do that often enough. I think we ask everybody else, what do you need? What do you need? And trying to please other people all the time. But I think asking ourselves, what do I need? And today, for me, I needed to do this podcast. I needed to sit here and talk to you and tell you that I'm on your side and tell you that I have a lot of things to share with you, and I'm really excited about this podcast, this special one. And I just want you to know that I am on this journey just like you are. And I'm sending you a giant hug, and I'm sending you lots of love. And I hope that you tune in next time. I haven't figured out what I'm going to talk about, but I'm kind of like the kind of person I'm going to just figure it out as I go. And I want to just read one thing to you. That's a Louise L. Hay card, a Power Thought card. As I go about my daily affairs, I listen to my own guidance. My intuition is always on my side. I trust it to be there at all times. I am safe. One of our goals I know in this life is and how unsafe it feels when you don't have parents. I'm going to teach you some things that I do to feel closer and to feel more safe.